Good morning, everyone. Today is May 10th, 2020. It is 56, but feels like 46 here in North Idaho. I'm Jody, and welcome to Moose Flats Farm. And I just want to say Happy Mother's Day to all the current moms and all the moms that are to be. These little guys absolutely love the grass. And I actually think that duck is a roan just because it looks like a mallard, but it is growing and keeping pace with the geese, which would make sense since they sent me a barnyard mix. But even the little tiny ones are playing with the grass. Aren't you guys so sweet? Okay. Get you some food. So I got my Mother's Day present from David John a little early. I got a Husqvarna weed eater and a Craftsman lawnmower. And you're going, well, you just bought that big one. Why do you need a push mower? Well, in the squash bed, because we're just going to be rototilling where the plants are going to be, we need this to maintain the rows, and we can't get the big mower in. And it's one of those, sometimes it's better to have your own equipment than borrow somebody else's. So I'm gonna get to work, get this stuff cleaned up. So I've got a line run for the first row. I'm gonna do orange marking spray paint so we can visually, conceptually see what the beds are gonna look laid out. There is going to be a walkway all the way around so I can go around and weed eat the edges. And this board from here to here is the same width as the rototiller, so I can put it down and get the far edge spray painted, which will leave me a walkway of probably about 2 feet around the outside. Just make it easy to get in there, weed eat, keep it clean. And I'm going to be running the rows off the edges of the existing beds. So let's get spray painting. So I did go along and measure the width of the beds, and it's like I have that mark right there for that one, and that one, which is going to be for the walkway. But as you can see here, here's the one for the corn. And I'll just repeat and I wish it wasn't so uber windy out, or I'd have David John take the drone up to give you an aerial of what it's going to look like, but kind of get you the idea. So we've got corn bed. These are going to be our winter squash beds, zucchini bed, and this one here is going to be my cucumbers. And I made it specifically 16 feet long because he's getting me the 4 cattle panels for the tomato walls in the garden, and they're 16 feet long, but I only need 12 feet. So we're gonna make this into the cucumbers, probably do A-frames, or I'll use my red rebar ties and basically just make a wall for the cucumbers to grow up. That way I can get the full use of this bed. And the big open area here is going to be for the Big Macs and the really big pumpkins to just kind of tendril all over and fill that in. So thought we could do a little walk around and see what the garden beds look like. And other than my radishes, my seed tape was an epic failure. So in this bed where I had the lettuce and spinach, all I've got is weeds. Need to go scrape the surface on all the beds and get shavings down till I can get them planted, but I do have a little sunflower coming up right there. And I do have some, as I trip on the rug, and I do have some peas coming up on this trellis, and a whole bunch of radishes. Haven't planted anything there yet. In this bed, where the carrots were, nothing. But I do have all the tendril peas have popped up. The seed tapes over here didn't really work out. But as you notice, all the brassicas are gone. I still have a couple trays for sale, but for the most part, if you don't have them in the ground, it's getting too late. So turned them into compost for the chickens. But let's go look at this bed over here. So my oregano. Thyme. And isn't my thyme looking pretty? And I've got my 6 cilantro plants here. I'm hoping that they don't bolt, but it looks like this one's getting ready to. But this sad little twig right here, that's a blueberry plant that Becky, my oldest daughter, bought for me 12 years ago. We had it planted with the raspberries, and I thought the thing had died. So when we moved the raspberries, I found it. So I'm gonna try to nurse it back to life. The shade garden, still waiting. But the broccoli and the cabbages along the back, and I did plant sunflowers in amongst the back there, and then in the very back of the potato bed. But those guys are looking really nice. Over here in this bed, more radishes and snap peas coming up. Over here on this one, I've got my tendril peas. And my little rose and herb garden. So at the moment, there's only weeds and this one herb that I keep forgetting for the life of me what it is. But I just have it there on the corner to trail over. And I kind of redid the box around the Christmas tree. Got my oregano in its big pot on a stool. And then way in the back there, that's a wild bellflower. Looks so pretty when it blooms. Moved the chocolate mint, and if you don't remember, the pot that I planted it in didn't have a bottom because it was all rotted out. Well, when I went to pick it up out of the hole, all the dirt fell out and the pot's basically trash now. So didn't have a pretty pot to put the chocolate mint in, but I like black nursery pots, so it works. Still no blossoms on that little apple tree or this big one, but this other one is just completely loaded with blossoms. Looks so pretty. But here next to the rhubarb, I dug this up, and this was the cilantro that was in the greenhouse. I'd left it in too long and it all started to bolt, so I figured I can plant it here, and I just got done planting it. That's why it looks a little knocked over as I watered it in good, but figure it can grow up here and I can collect seeds. But there's the potato bed. Covered it with pine shavings. And I'm a sucker for mini roses. And they had this for Mother's Day one at work. It was 3 tangerine red and 1 red. So I planted it underneath the pear tree, which is blooming with no partner to cross-pollinate. Get out of the But got those 5 little mini roses there, so step back. Yeah. That should fill out and look really nice this summer. I've got Turk in the door watching me. But I do have some growth coming on my grape plant. It goes up to about, on this stalk, like to here, and then I'm not seeing anymore. But I'll just keep watching it and then just have a cutoff day, and if it's not showing life down the line, I'll trim those runners off so it can fill out again this summer. Yeah. But we did get got 3 of them there, the 4 cattle panels for the tomato walls, and here's the 5th one. And those are the ends that I'm going to use for my cucumbers. And all my sunflowers that I planted here are all coming up, so it's probably going to need to be thinned or just let go wild. Crazy rhubarb. And as you can see, it was nice and warm today, and that's how much I trusted my birds to stay out of the greenhouse so I could air it out. But it's all ready for, set up for the next sale day. Got plants all the way up to there. I'm hoping next Thursday. Okay, go back to that. I'm hoping next Thursday to be able to start getting everything planted, because from about here all the way down that shelf over here, that shelf, all of these to here are mine for planting. Need to get out here and water. But I do have lots of tomatoes and peppers left. I will be waiting a little bit longer on getting my peppers out into the ground, but I think I can get pretty much everything else out, especially once David John gets the garden rototilled. So that's where I'm going to end today's video. I hope you all have a good day and a good week, and we'll see you on Thursday's video. Bye.